Hello and welcome to Retro Reviews, my channel where I review my favorite retro video games of all time as well as some modern releases I have recently finished. Today I want to talk about my experience with my Xbox One so far. So I've purchased 2 games for the console. I got Sunset Overdrive and Rare Replay because I love the classic Rare games. I was really excited to go back and play Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie this time with my kids on the big screen and see if it worked better on that than like the classic version. So I wanted to kind of gauge that and play a bunch of the other titles I never got around to playing on the Nintendo 64 or even further back on like the Super Nintendo all the way back to the Nintendo Entertainment System. So I've been having a really good time playing those games. When I first booted up the console, it had somebody's information still on it. Like I said, I found it by the dumpster, so I wiped that off right away so I wouldn't have to worry about that. Just logged in myself. After resetting it, and I plugged in Sunset Overdrive, and it took quite a while to install. I wasn't expecting the installation to take such a long time, and the update to take so long either. I have pretty fast internet. I just wasn't expecting, the installation being such a big deal. It's usually faster on my PlayStation, but then again, I'm also playing on a PlayStation 5, so I maybe don't remember what install rates were like back in the PlayStation 4 era, so I didn't worry too much about it, but it did take a little bit longer than I expected. But booting up Sunset Overdrive was so much fun. I am having an absolute blast playing that game. I feel sad for myself that I haven't played this game yet because it's so phenomenal. Insomniac Games makes really phenomenal titles. I've been waiting for this one to get ported over to the PlayStation or the Switch. I still think it's a great candidate. I think of all of Microsoft's games, this one's a lot older. It makes sense to port this one over soon so that it can get some more hype, because we've got Insomniac just released Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5 not super long ago, within the last year. So this would be a good time to capitalize on Insomniac's name and get some more sales over on the PlayStation. I'm sure it would be the best-selling game of the week that it came out, because it is so much fun. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's bonkers. It's fast and frenetic. I love the humor in the game. I like that it doesn't take itself seriously at all, but it's really fun at the same time. It's just a great mix of everything I love about games. It's just pure, unadulterated fun, and I really enjoy that. Rare Replay is fantastic as well. I didn't expect the game to like download the 360 versions of all these titles like Banjo-Kazooie, Perfect Dark, stuff like that. But it's nice to have those versions. They're really great. So far, I'm finding that Banjo-Kazooie, especially, that compared to the original version, this is definitely the optimal way to play this game. It's the best version of the game for sure. It feels nice. It looks fantastic. It plays so great. So I'm really enjoying that so far. And I've been playing that with my kids. They really like Banjo as well. It's nice to kind of play some of my games from my childhood with them, and I really enjoy that. The funniest thing that happened was, I think it was yesterday or the day before, a couple days ago, there was an Xbox Live outage across everywhere, and my internet was working fine, and it wouldn't let me sign into my account. Now, typically on like the PlayStation, if I sign into my account and there's no internet, I can still play my games, and I'll be able to like upload like the trophy stuff that I earn, all the achievements and everything, much later. It'll sync up later on when it does connect to PlayStation Network. But for some reason, even though I have the disc for Rare Replay, I plugged it in, it wouldn't let me sign into my Xbox Live account, and so I could not play Banjo-Kazooie. Couldn't play Rare Replay. My assumption is that is because it's like a downloaded version. Even though I'm using the disc, it's like downloading the game from the internet, so it has to like check licenses and stuff, and since it can't sign into the network, maybe that's the problem. But I think it's so funny that people playing their single player games that they purchased can't play them unless they sign into this service. I think that's really strange, because I saw some other things. I saw like an article talking about it, because I thought it was maybe just a me thing, maybe it was something in my area, but no, a lot of people are reporting outages, and the fact that you can't play your single player games that don't have any need to be online connected is such a strange thing to have happen. And so that was kind of like a random thing right after I get an Xbox. You have this outage and I can't even play my game that I bought for it. That was kind of disappointing for me, but I know that stuff like that happens. It's not the hugest deal, but it is funny the timing wise. I've just barely got this, and that's one of my first experiences with it. So that was a little disappointing that day. I was really looking forward to playing Banjo some more, and I wasn't able to do that. We did some other stuff anyway. It was no big deal, but again, it's kind of funny that we had that happen so far. But honestly, I'm having a great time. I didn't expect to have such a great time with the Xbox. I haven't had Xbox consoles. I didn't have them growing up. I would go to my friend's house and play on his. He had a 360 when I was in like junior high. We'd play like all the Call of Duty games. When we have sleepovers and stuff, I'd play online, and we'd play through the entirety of Halo 2 together. We did a lot of fun stuff on the 360, so I had some exposure with it. I really enjoyed playing on it. I just wasn't interested in buying one because I didn't have nearly enough money to be spending on multiple consoles. I already had like a Wii that my dad got me. I bought my own PlayStation 3. I didn't have the money to be buying an Xbox 360 as well. And then when the Xbox One rolled around, I wanted a PlayStation 4, and same thing with the PlayStation 5. So I've just never really had an Xbox, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I have like a vanilla Xbox One model. It's definitely like one of the slower ones, but I'm still really enjoying it. The load times don't bother me. I'm just really happy I get to play some of these games that I've never got a chance to do. I'm also planning on getting like the Gears of War series. I'm planning on getting the Halo collection as soon as I get a good deal on one. I'm excited to play through those franchises that I missed out on, because to be honest, there are some really phenomenal titles. If I've just picked up Sunset Overdrive for $5 and plugged it in and I'm having the time of my life, there's got to be way more as well that I just haven't played. I know a lot of people rave about the Fable series. I'm maybe interested in that as well. So I would love to know in the comment section down below. I think I asked in my Xbox One video specifically. I did get some recommendations for like Gears of War especially, but I would really love to know your favorite exclusive Xbox games. Could be from the original Xbox, Xbox 360, or the Xbox One era. I would really like to know what your favorites are. Doesn't have to be mainstream, it can be obscure, whatever you need. I would just love to see the suggestions so I have in my mind what to look out for when looking for secondhand copies. I would really, really appreciate it. But I'm having a good time so far. I am expecting to make another video down the line saying like, well, I was wrong about Xbox. It's actually fantastic, because that's kind of what I'm feeling like right now. I'm having a great time. I really enjoy owning multiple consoles at this point. It's nice having kind of the whole gambit across the board. I have a Switch, got a PlayStation, I've got an Xbox, and I can experience the full range of the games that are out there, and it feels really cool. So I'm getting off my hater train, and we're just going to be just really loving and singing Kumbaya with all the consoles here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.